All right, let's dive into a really powerful story from an ancient Buddhist text. It's all about a community that's facing a crisis of integrity. And believe me, it has a timeless lesson about what makes any group or, any system truly strong.
So picture this. The scene is set in Campā country. It's a full moon night, which is the time for this big fortnightly gathering where the community of monks comes together to recite their guiding principles. But tonight, something's off. You can just feel it. The air is thick with this unspoken tension.
And here's the kicker. The Buddha, who's their teacher and the leader of this whole assembly, is just sitting there in complete silence. The ceremony is supposed to start, but he doesn't say a single word. And you can imagine this wave of confusion, and then real anxiety starts to spread through the crowd.
So let's get into the first part of this story, the deep mystery behind the Buddha's strange and really unsettling silence.
Okay, so the night just drags on. As the first watch of the night ends, his closest attendant, Ānanda, he asks him to begin. Nothing. The Buddha stays silent. Then midnight passes. Another senior monk gets up and pleads with him, pointing out just how late it's getting. Still silence. And finally, just as the morning star appears in the sky, one last desperate plea is made.
And then he speaks. The Buddha finally reveals why he's been silent. And it's dramatic. He says, there is an impure person in the assembly. And just like that, one mystery is solved, but a whole new one pops up. It's not why is he silent anymore. It's who is the reason for it.
The focus now shifts completely. The community is forced to look inward and confront the source of this impurity, someone hiding right there among them.
So, one of the Buddha's most powerful disciples, a guy named Maudgalyāyana, decides someone's got to do something. He enters this state of really deep concentration and uses his profound insight to scan the entire assembly, looking for the one person who's broken their vows and is now poisoning this sacred gathering.
And he finds him. Maudgalyāyana walks right up to the monk and hits him with this incredibly sharp, poetic takedown. He compares the pure community to a fragrant forest of sandalwood and this one guy to a foul-smelling plant that pollutes everything around it. Oof.
Now, what's so cool here is how these metaphors just lay it all out. On one side, you have the pure community. It's like a precious forest, a vast ocean, or clear water and jade. Beautiful, right? But the impure monk, he's a stinking weed, a drifting corpse that the ocean literally can't hold, just a source of foulness and grime. It's such a brilliant way to show how one person's lack of integrity can poison the whole group.
So, having found the source of the problem, Maudgalyāyana doesn't hesitate for a second. He physically takes the impure monk by the hand and leads him out, kicking him out of the gathering.
But wait, the drama's not over. Get this, in a pretty shocking act of defiance, after being exposed and physically removed, the monk just quietly slips back into the assembly and takes his seat again. He shows absolutely zero remorse for what he's done. The problem is still there.
This whole crisis, it becomes a major turning point. Because in response to this stubborn defiance, the Buddha is about to lay down a brand new and totally crucial rule for the entire community.
And this right here is the big moment. The Buddha announces that he's done leading this ceremony. From this day on, the responsibility for keeping the assembly pure falls to the community itself. He's telling them, you have to be the guardians of your own integrity now.
And to really hammer this home, the Buddha introduces this concept of a silent lie. See, the monk wasn't just hiding his mistake. By staying quiet, he was actively lying to everyone. It's a really powerful idea, right? Think about corporate cover-ups or just willfully ignoring a problem. It's a lie so serious the text says its consequences one's head breaking into 7 pieces, which is a wild metaphor for how destructive this kind of deceit is to yourself and to the community.
So, with the immediate crisis handled, the Buddha doesn't just leave it at that. He offers this beautiful and profound teaching to explain the true nature of his community and the rules that hold it together.
He introduces the central metaphor of this entire story. The Dharma, his teachings, is like a great ocean. It's not some fragile system that can be easily broken by one bad actor. No, it's vast, it's deep, and it has these incredible qualities built right into it.
And that brings us to the core teaching of the story. These 8 amazing qualities of the Dharma ocean, which really show where the community's true strength and resilience come from.
Let's walk through the first 4. First, the Dharma is stable.
kind of like how an ocean never overflows or just runs dry. The core principles are always there. Second, it's reliable. Its truths are as predictable as the tides. Third, it's unified. Just like the ocean everywhere tastes like salt, the Dharma only has one taste: liberation. And fourth, it's profound. The depths of its wisdom are just immeasurable.
And the list keeps going. The Dharma is valuable, filled with countless treasures of wisdom for anyone who explores it. It's a home for great beings, a place where the wise and compassionate can really thrive. It's super inclusive. It accepts all rivers, meaning all kinds of people, without changing its basic nature. And finally, and this is the absolute key to our story, it is self-purifying. The ocean does not hold on to corpses.
And that just perfectly lands the final lesson. Just like the ocean will naturally push a dead body back to the shore, a truly healthy and strong system, whether we're talking about a spiritual community, a set of laws, or a company's code of ethics, it just can't tolerate corruption and has a built-in mechanism to push out what's impure. The community doesn't need the Buddha to police it forever because the system itself is designed to keep itself pure.
So, this ancient story leaves us with a very modern question, doesn't it? What makes any group strong? Is it just having a powerful leader who enforces all the rules? Or is it something deeper? A shared set of values so baked into the culture that the system naturally purifies itself, that it can't stand those foul-smelling plants or drifting corpses that threaten its integrity. Definitely something to think about.